Zombie apocalypse.
How's it going, everybody? This is Tabo Drabo. Hope you're having another great day, and welcome back to another video. Alright, so there are a lot of popular social media trends online. A lot of them have been very good, a lot of them very entertaining as well. However, at times there are also some trends, video or social media wise, that I don't really get or sometimes can be very dangerous. And one of those trends is mukbang. So for those that don't know or are familiar with this, mukbang is a popular video trend here on YouTube in which popular people like YouTubers or social media personalities or anything like that, they would just sit in front of a camera with a large amount of quantity of foods and just talk to the viewers while they're eating as well. And you know, it's very popular. However, at the same time, it does produce a lot of health risks as well. Yes, obviously, as you have seen, mukbangers have tried to take care of their own health by chewing only small amounts of it and then maybe spitting themselves out at the end. But when things get taken too far at the same time, it can really risk causing a lot of health problems. And ladies and gentlemen, the perfect example of what I'm talking about here is a guy named Nikocado Avocado. Now, I've actually learned a little bit more about him over the last few months. I have seen some of his videos, and obviously there have been a lot of other people that have been talking about him lately, so I thought for some reason I would just go ahead and get into this just to show my concern of what has happened with him and what he has done in mukbang and why he has ended up becoming the person that he is now, which is really sad in my opinion. So Nikocado Avocado is probably one of the very first true male mukbangers there is in a video trend series in which it was really dominated by women. He was one of the very first men to ever actually get into the mukbang genre. At the time, you know, he looked like a very happy and really happy-go-lucky personality. So with that being said, I did find a couple videos showing what he looked like before and then what he looks like now since he began his mukbang journey. And so that being said, I want to start out with a little footage from one of his early videos about what he looked like at the beginning of his career.
I'm so excited. Let's have an avocado cucumber one. Oh my gosh. It's drowning. Okay. No! I have to squeeze harder. These ones are so beautiful. Ooh, don't they look nice with the rice on the outside? Noodle.
So as you can see, obviously he looks very happy, and at the same time he looks very slim as well. I believe at the time he was like around 140 pounds or something like that. Not only that, he was also a pretty good violinist as well. He was very good at playing the violin, which of course there was a lot of at my current job in New Jersey Symphony Orchestra. It's really full of an orchestra of violins and all of that. But really, he was pursuing a freelance violin career at the time, and so he was a really good musician himself. And so obviously he had ventured into mukbang around early 2016, something like that, when he found it as a very popular genre. And so he decided to get into this by getting out of his vegan ways and really just start eating meat again, and also just enjoy himself, you know, just enjoy eating in front of the camera and just talking to people in general. And at the time he looked like just a seemingly normal kid. But over the next few years, as we were seeing through all of his videos as well, you know, things started to take a very disturbing turn, unfortunately. I say it because over time his emotions started changing. He started to become a little bit more dramatic at the same time, and really he was starting to gain a whole lot of weight, and unfortunately that proved to be a very big problem for him. And as I've mentioned before, while mukbang can be fun, if you don't manage it carefully, it can cause a lot of health issues, and one of those was gaining weight. And unfortunately, as a result of that, this is what Nikocado Avocado has become now, as to one of his more recent videos.
But thanks for waiting for me. I know so many of you have waited for me, but guess what? Nobody likes me. Nobody actually likes me. I'm kind of over it. I'm over it. Irrelevant is you. And don't say, oh, you need views. I get plenty of views by myself. Who else brings this drama, this consistency, this actuality to YouTube? Nobody else. And yesterday, I told you a story time about how I needed advice. I practically talked for 40 minutes straight, telling me about this crazy situation I'm in. And what do y'all do? Just thumbs it down. Half of y'all don't even comment about the story. You're just like, ooh, he has a double chin. You guys are just so snappy like a little bug. Now I want to try the other specialty tacos. I had this with Nancy.
Yeah, so as you can see, a lot has changed with Nikocado Avocado lately, and unfortunately not for the good. As you can see, he gained quite a bit of weight over the last few years since he started doing mukbangs, and unfortunately he weighed almost 340 pounds since the time he started, and that's really just a very dramatic turn for the worse when it comes to his health. At the same time, you know, he said that at one point he had broken his ribs because he sneezed because of all the amount of weight that he had on him. Really, as a result, he ended up being confined to his bed for a few days, but really if you have watched some of his other videos, you know, it almost looked like he didn't really have any sort of injury. It looked like he was just fine, or at least moving around and all that stuff. And some of his other videos, when he was out shopping, he had to really use a mobile scooter to be able to get around, and unfortunately it doesn't look like things have gotten any better. He's now posting literally videos almost every day on his channel, doing a large amount of eating through his mukbangs, and although he doesn't finish off his meals, thankfully, it's still quite a bit of junk food that he has in him, and unfortunately, you know, that's something that's really been a cause for concern and really been a heated topic of discussion on YouTube, particularly with Nikocado Avocado. One of the reasons why I question mukbang as a video trend in general is because of the particular reasons that we've seen Nikocado Avocado do. You know, obviously, if you're not careful with this, obviously, you can run into some serious health problems. One of them could be weight gain, the risk of potential heart attacks and stroke, and a lot of mood swings and a whole lot of emotional issues as well. It's just really something that can be a cause for concern, and unfortunately that appears to be what is happening in Nikocado Avocado. You know, I feel like that he's really having a whole lot of trouble just trying to be able to keep himself normal, and really as a result it's really led to what we're seeing now. And to be honest with you, I've become really concerned about him, and it really makes me question the mukbang genre. And I can say that from experience because a couple years ago I was almost on the road to becoming like him, but obviously, as I've said before, I've lost quite a bit of weight since then, and now I'm pretty much in almost the best shape of my life. And you know, that's something that I'm proud of, and I'm really hoping that Nikocado Avocado can do the same exact thing as well. I really would like to see him be the way that he was when he was beginning mukbangs at the beginning of his time on YouTube, literally just a few years ago. I want to see that Nikocado again. It's just, you know, a happy Nikocado where he's just enjoying life in general. And you know, it really makes me question the mukbang genre because for some reason, you know, while it is popular, it's just something that can turn very, very wrong if you're not careful. And you know, sometimes, you know, obviously, and the more people that have watched all these mukbangs, you know, it gives YouTubers more power to think that they can continue to do this in the long term. And unfortunately, you know, because they're really wanting all of those views and continuing to want to talk to all these videos, you know, there are some people that have taken it a little bit too far, and you know, some of them have ended up looking completely different than they were at the beginning of doing their mukbangs at the time. And Nikocado is probably one of the best examples that I can give. Now, obviously, you know, he doesn't eat all of his food. You know, obviously, I can remember one time where, you know, when he had rib injury, he talked about it. I felt like that would really be the beginning in which he would finally realize that maybe he's taking this a little too far. But then in the end of the video, he literally proceeds to have like 5 or 6 Papa John's pizzas with him. I mean, fortunately, he didn't eat all of it. He only probably just got through one of it, obviously, but still, you know. And I feel like he's just more concerned about getting views, obviously. Like, I know he cares about his health, obviously. I feel like that he does. I just feel like that because he's just too distracted of trying to earn his subscribers and try to gain more views, that he's really just sort of put that behind for just trying to gain wealth, obviously. And he literally traded his health for his wealth, and you know, that's just really a big cause for concern. And obviously, he has posted a whole lot of mukbangs recently, and things have not gotten any better with him, and I fear for him right now because, you know, unfortunately, if he doesn't get any better and stop this anytime soon and start going on like a weight loss program, like, or have some kind of weight loss surgery, or go on a workout program and try to lose all that weight, I feel like something worse is going to to happen to him, whether it's a stroke or a heart attack or some kind of health failure that's going to cause his death, unfortunately. And unfortunately, I feel like at this point he's really just eating himself to death just so he can gain fame. And that's really something that I wish he wouldn't do. So yeah, I feel like that we really need to focus more on really the negatives on mukbang. I know it can be like a positive when it comes to just having like personal one-on-one chats with viewers, but the reason why I want to do this video is just really to share about why I think we need to have a serious discussion about mukbang being a thing on YouTube. Just try to find the negatives about why it is such a bad thing while also talking about the positives about why it still could be a good thing, and try to find a way to levy off all those negatives so that way mukbangs can still be enjoyable, and hopefully we don't end up like exactly what happened in Nikocado Avocado. And yeah, basically I'm really hoping that Nikocado can turn his life around. Obviously things have not gotten very well. I know he cares, it's just that he's just too distracted by YouTube fame to be able to do this, but I really hope he does get better. I'm hoping that he can put all that weight off. He can probably just find something new to enjoy his life, lose all that weight, look like the Nikocado Avocado that he was at the beginning of his journey, and really just be happy again. That's really something that I really want to see out of him again, and I really hope he sets an example to be able to find a way to get back to his normal life and just really be a happy person again in front of all of his YouTubers. Because otherwise, if he does not do that, I feel like that it's really only going to get worse from here. And so I'm really hoping that he can turn his life around. And I know Nikocado is probably going to be watching this. Well, I don't really know if he will, but if he does watch this, I want to let you know all those times in which you're saying that it's everybody else's fault for you getting in this position. I really hate that I have to say this to you, but it's not the viewer's fault. You pretty much put yourself in this position, and so you're the only one that can really get yourself out of it. And so now I will be honest with you, I do believe Nikocado Avocado is probably just acting. He doesn't really mean it when he says that it's really your fault. I think he just wants views and all of that, a whole lot of money, but he can still do that while trying to turn his life around and be healthy again. And so hopefully he can do that, and hopefully we can find some better things for him so that way he can enjoy life again. And hopefully we can have a more civil discussion as to how we can improve mukbangs without ending up in a situation like he is in. So yeah, hopefully he can turn his life around, but unfortunately I don't see that happening anytime soon, and unfortunately I really am feeling for the worst for Nikocado Avocado right now. Alright, that's gonna do it for this video. A little bit of a tough discussion, obviously. I do feel like I wanted to discuss this because of all the controversy surrounding Nikocado lately, and really just talk about why mukbang needs to be viewed differently than it was, while still trying to view it as a positive in some way. But next week it's gonna be a very special video. It's gonna be a very exciting one, so unfortunately I am going to have to delay it to a day. It's going to be released on a Sunday next week instead of Saturday, but like I said, it's for a very special reason. You probably already know what it is by now, but I still hope you check it out next week. It's going to be a very fun video. Anyways, that is going to do it. Hope you all enjoyed it, and as always, if you'd like to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. As always, be sure to comment below for future suggestions for all my videos, whether it's vlogs, projects, or challenges, you name it. Please leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to make them. As always, follow me in my social media. All the links are in the description below. That's going to do it for another video. Hope you're having another great day. And as always, I hope to see all of you again in another video very soon. So long, everybody.